real.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me draft this video. All right, guys, and we are live. Hey guys, welcome to the Superherocuts podcast where we talk all things Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. It's your boy CV Hayes, joined by my dog Jerry. What's up, brother?
What up, bro?
How are you, bro? What's going on?
I'm good.
How's your day?
Man. I'm good. Busy. Things are good. Not much to complain about. I am so pumped that we got a Marvel movie, Captain America, Sam Wilson, dropping this week. I cannot wait.
Bro, it's a great week, man.
Yeah.
As you see, we got the Captain America helmet over there. If you guys don't know, I also got some stuff early. We got the Captain America popcorn tin with the wings on the back. And so this is like a cup that you can drink out of too, by the way. But I'm not even going to drink out of it, to be honest.
My cup runneth over.
Great reference. Great reference. Yeah. So yeah, bro.
What's that from? Is it a Bible thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I figured.
Yeah.
I knew it from something religious. Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, man, we're really hyped about Captain America, bro. Let's go. So we have a nice little docket for today. We're obviously excited to talk about this, but let's get into. But wait, what were you saying about the Fantastic Four though? You were saying you've been watching every day.
Every night when I get in bed, the first thing I do is I just put the Fantastic Four trailer on, and I'm like, yes. My favorite shot by far is Johnny in space.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know, like it's kind of like a thing in Fantastic Four lore that like Johnny's usually the one that dies.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna die in this movie, and if he does, they're gonna bring him right back.
Yeah.
But I don't know though, dude. It didn't look like something good was about to happen to him.
Yeah, I mean, could he be seeing the Silver Surfer in that shot? I just don't know, man. And then in the one scene when you know how like they're looking up at the sky, and you see those little like things. A lot of people were saying that the rumor is that it's Galactus and all of his heralds, and I'm like, if they do that in this movie, I will lose my freaking mind. So I don't know what that is. But I've been very, very interested to see what's going. The Fantastic Four man has been jacking up my mind. You and I were talking about that last night. There's just so many things, question marks with this movie, bro.
The problem with a lot of these theories is that they come from people who don't read comics. They have no idea what they're talking about, and they'll tell you they read comics.
100%.
I don't understand that. Like, if I were a fan of movies and I just liked the movies and I didn't read the comics, like which I was for a while, I never pretended that I read comics.
Same here.
Yeah,
same here. I mean, and you know, because I will be off on stuff, and then you correct me. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. But that's why I'm happy you made me read Hickman's F4 first, because it gave me like a grandiose view of like Marvel in general, because they're kind of everywhere. You know what I mean? It kind of helped me start. But now, man, dude, that Spider-Man life story. My God,
I told you it's so much better. You were like, oh, I'm reading West Coast Avengers. I'm like,
yeah. And like the fact that I read Secret Wars in that Avengers run, I think it's like issue number 3 or 4, where basically Spider-Man gets the symbiote and travels back to Earth, because he was fighting Secret Wars on Battle World. He ends up traveling back to Earth. That whole story where Kraven kills him and then the freaking symbiote raises him from the dead, bro. I was losing my mind. Yeah, oh my God,
crazy, bro,
that was tight. And then he goes to kill Kraven and he has like the venom teeth, bro. I was like, bro.
Savage.
And then go ahead.
So when you weren't like reading a lot of comics, what made you read Kraven's Last Hunt?
What made me read Kraven's Last Hunt? I think it's Comic Explained talked about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because basically
I know you read it because you were like, you finished my sentence and you didn't even know it was what I was going to say, and you were like, yeah, it's overrated. And I was like, yeah, I was so impressed because you're 100% right. It is overrated. I think it was groundbreaking for the time, but like when you read it now, it's cool. It has that cinematic style, but it's not like the Moreland story or Ezekiel or something like that.
Yeah, because the thing is that I think the way I found it was because like on Den of Nerds like podcast, Comics Explained will sometimes like come on there, and I'm pretty sure they were talking about Spider-Man 4. And I think it was when the video game first came out. the Spider-Man 2 or a little bit before
so you
that.
read it recently.
Yeah, but I read it and I was like, this your contract. No, all right, let me not say it's trash, but it's just, but like Comic Explain was gassing it, bro, to be like it was like, you know what I mean? Like basically the way that Spider-Man life story made me feel is how I thought Kraven's Last Hunt was going to be. And when I read it, I was just like, like it's cool, but it's not groundbreaking. You know what I mean?
You know, the reason I put you on to Life Story was because I wanted you to, number one, not sleep on Spider-Man, and number two, like, it's just such a different concept of a story, and it really fills you in on like all the OG Spider-Man lore, but in a way that's like enjoyable. It's not like a, you know, if you were to explain Life Story, a lot of people will explain it and make it sound like you're reading a documentary, and that doesn't really sound fun. It's not like that at all. And I knew once you did Life Story, you were going to end up wanting to do Fantastic Four like soon after, which I think was important to get you to want to do for the pod for the movie.
100%. Because also like I like the decade jumping.
Yeah, it's really cool the way they do that. They did Fantastic Four Life Story, and then there's another one that's kind of similar, and it's called Life of Wolverine, which was cool too. But I wouldn't put it on the same level as the Spider-Man or Fantastic Four Life Story.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, I am like, as I said, I mean, you know, because I've been texting you, my love for comics is like reignited, and I've been reading every day, bro. I'm like addicted, bro. I can't. So, but it's good because like you're like my OG, so I always text you. I always text you the things I don't know, and you answer them because you're a watcher. So it makes life a whole lot easier. You guys should all invest in having a watcher. See, like Jerry gives me answers for free. You know, if you want to be, if you want Jerry to be your watcher, it's going to cost. All right, he will charge you. I'm playing. I'm playing. So, all right, we're about to get into some news, man. We're about to get into some topics. So, Captain America.
On that note, watch my TikTok because I am going to start putting out a ton of comic recommendations on my TikTok. And if you have any specific questions or whatnot, if you are someone that participates in the chat, DM me whenever. And if you want to be able to DM me and ask me for guidance, participate in the chat. That's all I ask.
Facts. Okay, so by the way, his comic pool video was super awesome. By the way, I'm
glad you liked it.
Yeah, I actually pulled some stuff that you had on there. All right, so let's get into Captain America: Brave New World. This is and by the way, I actually saved everything you said, by the way, in that video, just because I'm just added to my long reading list of things that I have. Anyways, Brave New World is this week. Jerry and I have been talking about this movie for almost 2 years. like we've been covering this movie so much that we were talking about. Bro, remember when Moon Knight was like rumored to be in this film? Like years ago.
I don't, but that's a stupid idea. I love Moon Knight. Like, he does not belong in this movie.
Oh yeah, but that's how long we've been covering this freaking movie.
That's crazy.
How do you feel about Brave New World this week? I do want you to share that review that you sent me because that really gauged my viewpoint.
Which review did I send you?
Remember when I think it was Robert Meyer Burnett the one?
Oh yeah, he was like. Okay, and he basically said, don't expect Winter Soldier, but it is a good movie. And that's the kind of thing I think is so important to hear before you see the movie, because expectations could kill a movie. Like, you know, if you have super high expectations for something and it doesn't deliver, you're going to be disappointed no matter what. Kind of like MJ, you know? Whatever her quote was in No Way Home. But that's a terrible way to be excited for a movie. So I'm trying to find a happy medium. And I think this movie needs to be good. It doesn't need to be Winter Soldier. I'm starting to have concerns about Thunderbolts though. But you know, we're here to talk about Brave New World first and foremost. I think Brave New World is going to be a good movie. I'm worried about and Derpy touched on this. I'm worried about the Red Hulk being a disappointment for a lot of people. I personally, I was never looking forward to this movie because of Red Hulk. Like, yeah, it's cool. It'll be it'll make for a cool 4-minute action scene. But I do think it's going to be a problem for a lot of people if the 4-minute runtime rumor is true, considering he's all over the marketing. They just launched a new, to the extent of the fact that they just launched a new Sam Wilson Captain America run, and the cover looks like the poster for the movie. It's got Red Hulk on it, and I don't know. It's a big bait and switch if he's not in more than 4 minutes in the movie. But having said that, and I don't like what they're doing with Sabra. And I don't like that people are complaining about this movie because of Sabra or because Sam Wilson is Captain America. And you all know that. We've touched on this. We've spoken about it basically every time we talk about this movie. But Sam Wilson's a great character. And I think that this movie needs to cement him as the new Captain America for the MCU. And Sam Wilson has been Captain America in the comics in a lot of stories, and it works. He's a good character. Anthony Mackie does a good job of playing Sam Wilson. So that's why when people tell me Sam Wilson shouldn't be Cap, I don't really like him as a character, I call BS because, listen, I'm a harsh critic, okay? And I will tell you if a character is overrated. Sam Wilson is not that guy. Do not play that game with me because I will smoke you. He's a dope character. I don't know I don't like what Anthony Mackie said as the actor. And I do understand that that's going to rub fans the wrong way. And it's a little different than someone saying something random on Twitter 4 years ago that has nothing to do with the role because his comment was part of the promotion for the movie and it was about the character he's playing. So I do understand that people don't like that. I hate that comment. I don't think I can hate that comment more than I do. But at the same time, he didn't make that comment as Captain America, and we should be able to judge the movie on its own merit with that comment aside. You want to hold it against Anthony Mackie? Fair game. I don't think it's fair to hold that comment against the movie, though. But if the movie comes out and he's hating on America and kind of lecturing you, that's a fair problem to have. 100%.
Facts. So I am very excited for this, bro. And I'm on the same as you. The Red Hulk is never the reason why I was so hype about this. And I could care less if he's in for 5 or 10. And from all the scenes that we've gotten, it does seem like he's in the final battle. And it does seem like he makes that turn to Red Hulk towards the end. A thing that fans have to understand, this movie isn't long. It's 1 hour and 59. So it's going to feel different. I do feel like a lot of fans are so used to the 2 hours and 30-minute movies that they feel that I don't think it's going to, even if it is 5 minutes, I don't necessarily think it's going to feel like that because I remember whenever I watched the first Avengers film, right? The Chitauri realistically is only in the movie for the last 15 of the film or the last half hour. But when you're watching Avengers,
a long time. If you a half hour of a 2.5 hour movie is 20% of the movie. That's a big. That's
yes. Well, hold on. Let me just finish because that is not the example. Watch this. So they were in the movie for the last half hour. That's long. Now, when you go to Ultron, bro was in the movie the whole time. Okay, and okay, cool. Another villain that we are used to at the end of the film. Then we go to even, Avengers Infinity War, right? Thanos is in the movie the whole freaking time. The whole time.
32 minutes, I think, exactly. I know my fucking run times.
Yeah. He was in there for a minute, bro. I mean, by the way, best performance ever. And then we go to Avengers Endgame where Thanos is kind of in and out. That movie's more focused on the Avengers themselves, obviously. But a lot of us as fans, we are so used to these long run times, and I do think it's going to be structured in a different way. But a lot of people have to understand. I think that the relationship that we need to focus on is Thunderbolt Ross and Sam. I think that's going to be the biggest thing because when you read the synopsis, the main thing that they talk about is that he wants Sam to reinitiate the Avengers, and that's where I think a lot of the conversations are going to be. And the real villain of the movie is Giancarlo Esposito's character and the leader, which they've been very little with their press about. And so those are the two characters that I'm really interested in seeing, because obviously the leader is going to have something behind this. And we haven't seen him since the first Hulk film, right? Yeah, we have seen him for a minute. So I think that we're going to be shocked by what we're going to see when it comes to the villain. But as in the trailers, there's only one shot I didn't like, was when Sam was getting beat up by one of the henchmen. I hated that scene. But like, I saw this one scene where he freaking did like a side flip and kicked the shield, and it bounced off the wall, hit the dude in the head, and came back to his hands. That was crazy. I really am liking the Falcon guy. His suit is also awesome. I forget his name, but Falcon seems cool. And the freaking mask, Jerry, with the A on top. Oh, just count me in, bro. Count me in. Yeah. And I will forever say this. I think America has the dopest color combos. So, I mean, like, Captain America, and we gotta talk about this. He has consistently had one of the best costumes of all time. And we're not talking like Iron Man, because that's all CGI, you know what I mean? But I'm talking like actual costumes. Captain America has been consistently great. And I love the dark costume. And I'm happy. And Anthony Mackie talked about it, saying how he hated the white cow like over him, because he said
I'm like the only person that liked it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you like the white cow?
It looked like it was like Nike Flyknit or Adidas Prime.
Oh,
that was so cool to me.
That's actually an interesting thing I never thought about.
Yeah,
it does give like a Nike vibe. Yeah, but I like the goggles more. But and then in that freaking trailer that is shown, his helmet is nanotech. So that's also excuse me. I liked that also. So there's a lot of things that they're really like cooking with, man. So
the goggles also make sense. Like, I used to snowboard like heavy, and you need goggles, because when you are going at high speeds, the air in your eyes, like, you're going to end up closing your eyes and not being able to see. So it makes sense. It doesn't make sense when you think that like Superman and Sentry and these characters don't wear goggles when they're flying. Like,
100%, bro. 100%. And like, if you guys ever had a snowboard, you need them goggles, bro. Like, the snow be flying in the eyes, bro. It's no joke. It really is no joke.
And the wind, like, you're flying down the mountain, like, that wind is coming in your eyes. So, if you're flying, it's only going to be that much more intense. But listen, I think this movie's going to be good. I think 2-hour runtime is probably a good thing for this movie. We are kind of getting used to like movies being 2.5 hours. It feels like every big movie over the past like 5 years has been 2.5 hours, and they're kind of scaling that back. They did it with Deadpool and Wolverine. They're doing it with this. I'm curious. I feel like Thunderbolts is going to be 2 hours and 15, give or take. More characters, or maybe not. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was like 2 hours, so maybe I'm wrong there. I think Fantastic Four will probably come closer to 220, 230. But yeah, I think this movie is going to be good, and I'm excited about it. I think that, Marvel movies are different than most movies, because a lot of these movies has like a shared universe objective aside from that, Fantastic Four has the objective of needing to establish the Fantastic Four as like the new premier characters of the MCU. This movie needs to successfully land Sam Wilson as Captain America. And I think the Thunderbolts, I think the team just needs to win people over, because, people don't really know what to expect with them.
100%, bro. I actually added a Thunderbolts top here. So do you think the Fantastic Four runtime is going to be dumb long?
I don't think it's going to be dumb long. I think it's going to be between 2 hours and 20 minutes and 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think that's like Marvel's, most important release of the year. And I think that they're going to want to give people a little bang for their buck on that, and if I'm wrong and it is shorter, maybe they think that the longer run times was part of the problem. But I'm also not sold that they really recognize that they've had a problem. When they do things like a female Silver Surfer, it makes me and like the mustache on Pedro, it makes me think that. Listen, if things weren't going well for me, like I would be sure to get the fundamentals right. And it seems in some ways they aren't doing that. They're not giving themselves the best opportunity to succeed when they do a female Silver Surfer or when they market the Red Hulk a lot. And I know you don't really care, but you have to recognize that they shouldn't do things that could lead fans to be disappointed. Like the Red Hulk shouldn't be all over the marketing if he's only going to have 4 minutes. I don't know. I just think that these are like easy things to not have problems with, and they do that. And that gives me some concern.
Yeah, what's also worse, bro, they never did this in the past, which makes it seem like why would you do stuff like this now,
Like what? Like the Red Hulk?
Like they never sold us on something that
I don't know if you're frozen on my screen or on everyone's screen, but on my screen, like I can't even see you. You've been frozen for like 2 minutes.
Okay, yo, I'm about to exit out of my Google real fast because my screen's been loading. Can you just read the Hold on 1 second, bro. Let me exit out here. Sorry, guys.
All right. So, yeah, listen, I think that they like these fundamentals, like Silver Surfer is such an important character, especially with the Fantastic Four. One of the things you guys need to understand about the Fantastic Four is that when they first went into space, like Reed encountered Galactus, and, for decades he was preparing for Galactus, and then Silver Surfer came down, and made contact with them and kind of explained to them what Galactus does. And, Galactus eats planets like we eat meat, Galactus needs to eat planets to survive. Reed kind of works out a deal and in the life story version of the story. What's also really cool about Fantastic Four life story is that, and I'm going to talk about this more on TikTok, but the Spider-Man life story does it too. Like they tell all the lore from the past, like the main significant, like iconic stories, but they also go a little further and kind of make up their own story for the future. But Silver Surfer is the herald of Galactus. Silver Surfer is the one that scouts planets for Galactus to eat. And in our case with Earth, he communicates to the Silver Surfer, like the Silver Surfer communicates to Reed, Galactus eats planets, and, I want you to know you're on the menu, bro. So it's just crazy to me, like that. It's just such an iconic character. This seems, it's like, do you want to give yourselves the best shot, or is it more important for you to have a female play Silver Surfer? I'll never understand it. There's no good reason. Like, I'm a great fucking salesman, okay? And let me tell you, I can sell this fucking bullshit if I was paid to. It's a stupid idea.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And I've said before, like, I don't care for me, but I still agree that it's a stupid idea.
Yeah. And like,
that's
here's the thing.
Like, it's like there's no reason to do it.
Even if something doesn't bother you, like you want Marvel to succeed. So you have to recognize it's not in Marvel's best interest. And if it's not in Marvel's best interest, it's not in our best interest.
Yeah. I view it all as like a decision like that. I view it as like the same way with, Anthony Mackie's comments and the dude's comments from Friendly Neighbor Spider-Man. It's like, this is just a situation that causes more that makes people divide more in the fandom, and it gives the unfair fans more just reason to just, go off.
I saw someone on TikTok, and he was saying he did a post. He was like, I actually commented under it, but not because I was going to comment about this, but I commented because someone with a certain country's flag was like, don't go see this movie illegally streaming instead. I was like, you know what? I'm buying you an extra ticket. And I hope they say, prove it, because I'll fucking prove it. Okay. And, you know, and if they say it, I'll buy like another 3. But anyway, here's the thing. The person was like, and about female Silver Surfer, it's not that deep. Like, who are you to tell us what we get to care about and what we don't? It's so ridiculous. Yeah. It's like the side that's always defending these silly decisions. Like, oh, it's just they're never like, you know, you would think that they would at least be like kind and gracious if they want to sell you to their viewpoint, but they're just the most stuck up, snobby, condescending group of people on the internet. It's like incredible. And, you know, we're not bad people because we read the comics and we have an attachment to this iconic character that's been around forever, and we want that version of the character. I mean, it's insane. It's like, this is like making a Batman movie with Brie Larson as Batman and being like, it's not that deep, bro. Like, Brie Larson's a good actor. You know, Brie Larson's going to come on and say, oh, I'm Batman. And like, what? It's all going to be good? Like, yeah. It's ridiculous.
And that's what and that's why, like, when it comes to stuff like that, like, I speak for myself, not for other people. And that's why I don't like what like fans do when they try to speak for other people. And like, as I said, like, I could not care and still think it's dumb. You know what I mean? It's like Marvel, like, come on, bro. Like, yeah. This is the most important movie post Endgame, and you're playing with fire. That's kind of how I feel. It's like, come on.
And right, for what? Like, what?
There's no reason. There's no reason to. Yeah. No reason to toy around.
Other than political BS. That's the only reason. It's the only reason. If you could think of it something else, please let us know in the chat.
And honestly, that's why I can't wait till these press conferences, because I want to know why Matt Shackman did it, or even if it was his decision or not. Like, I would like I have to hear why. I have to hear the logic behind that. I do.
I would love to hear the why. You know, I was about to say I can't imagine Matt Shackman doing this, but I can't imagine Kevin Feige approving it, and he did.
Yep. Even though Red Hawk is only here for 5 minutes, can't wait. Hey, man, we'll see, man. We'll see. Sup, nerds? What's up, dog? So, are we only talking about Cat 4? No. We have like 7 to 8 other topics.
Oh, might be. I just saw your text.
Oh, bro, I'll go. Also, did you watch the Super Bowl? Yes, I did. The Chiefs got destroyed, bro. Oh my gosh,
I can't stand Kendrick Lamar. I really can't. And you know what? I've never liked him as a rapper, and I'm not a big Drake guy either. I've always knocked Drake for being corny, but Drake is a hit maker. Like, Drake is super talented, and he is more of a pop artist than Kendrick will ever be. And that's why, like, if you're gonna say who's the better choice for a Super Bowl show, you got to do
more bangers. Yeah.
But it's the biggest TV event of the year. Like, you need pop because more people are going to appreciate the closer you are to pop than they are rap. No one can understand a word Kendrick is saying. And what I really don't like about the Kendrick Drake beef is that it seems like literally 5 seconds ago, all these people who are like, oh, Drake is so whack. Literally 5 seconds ago, I was telling you that you're corny for loving Drake the way you do. And now you're like, oh, well, Drake's corny. You guys are so influenced. Think for yourselves. It's pathetic. Someone could come up with a good Kendrick track next year, and you'll pretend you were never
exactly.
Mustard.
Yeah. I am mostly seeing Cat 4 because of Red Hawk and Ford. Who doesn't love Harrison Ford? He's an awesome actor.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Any chance we see a bomb in the MCU? I know it's a long shot, but I want more Gamma-based Marvel characters. Oh, a bomb.
It would be cool. You know, I don't care about this kind of stuff because I can't stand Mark Ruffalo. I really can't. I would love to get a Planet Hulk movie. I really would. But with Mark Ruffalo, I'll never be excited for it.
Yeah, Ruffalo, man, he's just. And then I was really watching another movie he was in not too long ago, and I was just like, no. It was the trailer for Robert Pattinson's movie that he's doing. It's basically this movie where he volunteers to go onto this planet, and he keeps dying, and they keep making copies of his body. And Mark Ruffalo is kind of like the head of the organization, and it's just He's just a bad actor, bro. Honestly, he's a bad actor. I think Anthony's comments were bad, but I think he was just okay. We're not here to talk about that. The film will make money box office total run prediction. What? You think Brave New World's doing 800 million? That's a bold take, Kevin. That's a really bold take.
That is a bold take. I'd love to see it, but I think you're a little bullish on this one, bro.
Yeah. I mean, the most I'm thinking is doing 500 at most. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's if we're lucky. Marvel Studios probably has to remove a lot of controversial. I don't think there were really controversial things in reshoots. I just don't think they liked what was happening.
Yeah, it sort of sounded like to me, but who knows? Because anytime something's controversial, they cover it up with some other bullshit. They'll never tell you,
right? Yeah. Not gonna lie, I preferred the Cap costume from Falcon. Wow, Jerry, so you aren't alone, bro. You aren't alone. Felt like
I don't know if I said I prefer it, but I liked it.
Yeah, see, I just love the dark blue with the star, bro. It's just like that Winter Soldier suit with like the black.
It's sleek as hell,
bro. Oh, I love that costume. Thunderbolts looks fun. Box office run total right now 500 600 million. Ooh. A lot of people are talking about it though. I'm not mad at 500 mil. I don't know how Sam and the Thunderbolts are going to beat Red Hawk and Sentry. Yeah, I don't think they're going to beat them. I don't think they're going to beat them. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
You know,
like we literally just watched Sentry throw Red Guardian out of a window.
Yeah. Yeah, Sentry's a little different because he's got the duality with the Void. I don't know. I also think it's crazy how like there's a group of people on Twitter pretending that they were fans of Sentry before they heard of Sentry being in Thunderbolts. That shit is so corny to me.
Yeah, the only person that I think could have the cojones to boost it is Comic Explain, because he did a Sentry video like years ago. That's the only comic guy. Him and comics historian. Those are the only guys I saw that were hype about like Sentry. Like the only guys I saw, bro. Everybody else, nobody talked about Sentry until that announcement, bro. I promise you, no one did.
I didn't really like the Sentry parts of the New Avengers story. Oh, and now someone else is claiming that Thunderbolts is going to be New Avengers. The only character, if I remember correctly, that's part of the New Avengers is Sentry. The Brian Bendis New Avengers, not the Hickman New Avengers. There's a couple others, but those are the two, popular ones anyway. I just don't. I don't see them launching the New Avengers with this team. It just would be like, for what? And and I'm so tired of people asking for Young Avengers. The roster for the
hold on, bro. That is our next topic. Okay, that's our next topic. So I'm sorry, bro. Save that, please. I need that fire. I need that fire. All right, people will go see Fantastic Four first steps at the theaters. Going to play similar to Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So Multiverse of Madness did 600 million. I think Fantastic Four is doing $1 billion, bro. I'm sorry. I'm calling it as I see it. I think that movie's going to be universal.
I don't know about $1 billion, but I do think it's going to have a good run.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. People don't like change at all. Change is good. What kind of change you talking about, bro? That's the question.
Very vague, bro.
Yeah. What kind of change you talking about?
Yeah.
It's not deep gets me every time. Excuse me. When I see people on the internet go, relax, you're still getting Black Panther. It's not that deep. You realize Black Panther is a manta ray. Yeah, exactly. And also something that was something that people don't understand. Because I was arguing with someone and they used the Shuri tactic on me because they were like, yeah, well, in New Avengers, Shuri was the Black Panther. I said they both were Black Panther, bro. T'Challa was still there.
I'm so tired of issue 22 in 1942. It's like, shut up. We're talking about the classical, traditional version of the character.
Exactly.
I'm so tired of people who are so full of shit with their mental gymnastics. It's like the most dishonest people. And it's like, if you have to be completely full of shit to make your argument, like, why are you arguing for it? If you have to lie to make your argument's obviously shit, and you should be on the other fucking side.
And look, right, and even in Hickman's new Avengers run, right? Yes, Shuri is technically queen at that time, but everything goes through T'Challa, and mind you, she's the one that ordered that attack on freaking Namor, which was the dumbest decision that someone could do, because there was literally a treaty for peace that Shuri pissed me off, bro, during that run, bro. She really did, because Namor was trying to make peace and keep it chill. Obviously, he did something stupid, but like Wakanda crashed out on like another level because of Shuri.
He's like the last person in the Marvel universe you want to piss off.
Mm-hmm. And he got him back pretty good. bro, it was so funny when freaking Proxima turned up. I was just like, Namor's about to do them dirty, bro.
Yeah.
And then he just has these little smirks that he makes, bro. Like my freaking Namor voice in my head is just like sly, like cocky guy, right? He's the best. All right, Kendrick Lamar could rap, but his Super Bowl first half performance wasn't good at all. Exactly. And look, like I think that Kendrick Lamar's music just isn't built for Super Bowls. And I texted Jerry, Bruno Mars, like those are the kind of people that you need to, be doing these songs where the music is fast, it's fun, there's dancing, like that's the kind of vibe you need.
When I went to the Super Bowl, it was Tom Petty did the halftime show, and like everyone could enjoy Tom Petty. They did Kendrick because Kendrick is super popular, and it was going to help the TV ratings. But everyone was disappointed in the show, and it's like,
yeah, he also didn't do his real hits. Like the Good Kid, Mad City. He's like, you got like he didn't do the popular hits, but it's whatever.
Well, he was a one-trick pony because all anyone wanted to hear was the Drake diss, and it was
not like us.
He kept teasing that he was going to do it, and then he did it, and it was like, oh, and don't even get me started on Serena Williams. I'm sorry, but I think it's a problem for you to be crip walking in front of an entire televised audience with children. Like, why are we celebrating that type of gang stuff? That shit's whack.
Yeah, it's corny. Yeah, I'm so done with the whole gamma-based characters and other projects. That's not a Hulk project. Please, Marvel, if you hate me, reboot Hulk after Secret Wars. If you're doing it for X-Men and T'Challa. What's funny is I knew Sentry from World War Hulk, way before Thunderbolts, but I never saw people hyping up Sentry like that till the Thunderbolts. Fact, bro. And look, Sentry does have its own little fandom. You know what I mean? It does, but it was never universal. Like when he like when Sentry got announced, it was not. And look, and like I am happy if fans are attaching to Sentry and they want to, you know what I mean? Because hey, man, like when it comes to these heroes, if you like a hero, that's good attention. But like they act like this is like the next freaking Man of Steel.
There's nothing wrong with finding out about something from the movies and getting hype about it. Like,
yeah,
it's okay to learn about things for the first time from the movies. But pretending you've been a Sentry fan for years is like corny.
Yeah, just say you Googled him and you think he looks cool. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
I don't know about F4 making a build. They have like 3 failures. Bro, trust me, bro. Trust me. Warner Bros. Going to release Superman trailer this year at CinemaCon in April. Man, we've seen enough Superman. I'm ready. I'm ready for the movie. Marvel Cuphead. Yo, what's up, dog? Welcome. I think this is my first time seeing you here. Welcome bro.
To the chat, bro.
Paramount Pictures, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. Yeah, that movie's going to go crazy too.
Yeah.
By the way, trailer was freaking gas.
Bro, there was also a picture of him like diving by the submarine. I think it was in Empire Magazine. And oh man, just the fact that we know he's going underwater to find what do they call it again?
The AI thing he's going after?
Yeah.
I forget the name of it, but it's like an AI thing. It's cool.
Yeah.
Red Hulk merchandise. I'm very excited. The cup where the Red Hulk was, dude. I literally was just looking at that earlier, bro. That freaking so awesome.
The entity.
Yeah, the entity. Yeah. How to Train Your Okay. You're giving us Spectrum Cuts topics. That's another show. Rome, what's up, dog? Hope you're doing good, brother.
What up, Rome?
All right. So next topic here is the Young Avengers. By the way, if you're on X, we cannot see how many people are viewing. So I have my X open. So shout out to the 4 people viewing on X. All right. So Young Avengers, we got some news about that, which really kind of set me for a loop a little bit. So excuse me. It says this: Kate Bishop is reportedly set to lead the Young Avengers in the MCU, and that's coming from the Cosmic Circus. Okay, so this really had me thrown for a loop because I thought that the Young Avengers was something that was kind of tossed. And you and I both think that Kate is awesome, but we both agree that the Young Avengers shouldn't be done. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this. You were kind of already talking about this, but I want to hear
the roster is terrible. It's so bad. I mean, who is going to be on it? Is it going to be her, Cassie Lang, Miss Marvel? Who else? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
this movie is stupid. Maybe it'll sell kids tickets. But you're not. I don't know. I just think it's a terrible idea. I think this roster is garbage, and I don't like any of the Avengers movies ideas I'm hearing other than Avengers. You want to do Dark Avengers? Cool. I don't think they're going to go there. If we're lucky, the Thunderbolts asterisk means that. But the second you put out Young Avengers, and the movie we all know is going to be trash if they do it, you now have damaged the Avengers brand name. It's that simple. It is a stupid, stupid move. I do think it's a wild card in terms of box office, because now that I'm actually thinking about it, I do think that, they could sell it to the kind of people that are excited that Silver Surfer is gender swapped, and they could sell it to kids, and maybe it could have a decent run in the box office. But when you have a large shared universe like the MCU, you don't just make a movie because it could do well in the box office. They could do Iron Man 4 and bring Iron Man back, and they haven't done that. There's a lot of movies they could make that would make money. You have to think about the bigger picture, and Young Avengers is a bad decision. I don't think anyone here would say that they're excited for Young Avengers. I'm sure Kevin's probably typing right now. Yes, I am. I can't wait for Young Avengers.
The Young Avengers needs to get scrapped. You're right.
Yeah, it's a horrible idea.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it also, bro. I think that there were some characters that stuck. I think Kate stuck. Miss Marvel's going to have to do some work because the Marvels kind of jacked her up a little bit. But other than Kate and Miss Marvel, and I counted Yelena in there, but now that she's with the Thunderbolt, she's kind of upgraded. And I have a theory that she's even going to be on the Avengers after, Thunderbolts. I don't think she's going to stay on that team. So they really don't have anyone. Because, if we're thinking about Ironheart, it's just the roster is just not going to be good. It's going to be an all-female team. And, what are you going to do? Freaking take, the young black Captain America and bring him on? Well, we only saw him in one scene. He's probably not going to be in Brave New World. They probably scrapped that too. So that if they were to go ahead with this, it would be the most random movie of all time, and the movie would bomb, because the reality is that as much as normie fans do help push the box office, fans like us are kind of the foundation for them to make money. You know what I mean? Most of these films are profitable because the core fan base go, and without and
we hype it up online, which counts for a lot, and that could go both ways, as we've seen with The Flash.
Exactly, right?
Ant-Man Quantumania.
100%. So if the core fan base, because I always who said this? I think it was Dead and Nerds, where he was like, the core fan base is already a 300 mil. You know what I mean? And then anything after that is extra. You know what I mean? So that just wouldn't be good at all. Just don't do it. Don't do it, because
and I don't think you would even get that 300 mil from the core fan base. I think a lot of people would be like, I'm just going to wait for this for Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this: if they made a Young Avengers movie and I wasn't doing this podcast, I wouldn't show up for it in theaters. I just 100%. It's not worth my time.
Yeah, the only way that it would work is if you did a main character with their sidekick, which is not. And look, this is the reality. DC can do that, not Marvel, because DC has better sidekicks.
Yeah,
and that's just facts. And that's and that's fine. That's just the way it is.
And if you want to build up a younger team, bring Miles Morales into the MCU and have him do it. But you can't have Miles Morales and an all-female roster on Young Avengers and even expect because then you'd be damaging Miles's character.
100%. 100%. We have a challenge to talk. What's up, bro? Any superhero shows you'd recommend? Open to anything. Daredevil, Punisher, Arrow, the first 5 seasons of The Flash, the first 4 seasons of Supergirl, Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois is a banger. I like Hawkeye as well. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The ending sucks, but it shows good until then.
I would stop because you gave him such a good list, and anything after that is going to be a great blur.
We just gave him all the bangers.
Yeah.
All right. Let's read some chats here. Young Avengers will be on level with Madam Web film. Very bad for box office. He said, "Bet, bro. Thanks. No problem, dog. That's why we're here." Best part and looking forward to Falcon versus Red Hawk will be the best scene in the film. Yeah, he called him Falcon. Captain America, bro. Captain America and the Red Hawk, man. Listen, I have casual friends, family, and work colleagues who aren't even the biggest Fantastic Four people because of the failure in movies. If this is happening with Fantastic Four, what's going to happen to Young Avengers? Exactly, bro.
But I do think Fantastic Four is going to come out and be amazing, and word of mouth is going to help it.
Yes. Oh, bro, X-Men 97 is... Oh, we totally forgot that, yeah. X-Men 97 might be the best show out of all of them, to be honest. That show's the banger. At least top 3.
X-Men 97 is great, and it's up there, but I wouldn't say... I don't think anything is better than Daredevil and the Punisher. I really don't. I think that's the best superhero TV of all time.
Yeah. I'll even put Arrow on there, too, man. Arrow is different, bro.
Arrow is good.
That show is nuts. Okay. Now... a topic that I was really excited to talk to you about because we didn't really talk about this, Mr. Miles Morales, because you are a Miles Morales guy, like myself here. Okay, so where is it at on my docket thing? 1 second, guys, pull it up. It's where I just press. Okay, rumor. There's a rumor. The live action Miles Morales will be set in a rebooted Sony universe that will be established after Avengers Secret Wars. So, Jerry, this was very interesting, right? Because we heard that, Sony canceled. Sony had a Marvel movie that was scheduled for this year. They obviously canned that. They ended up canning the guy that was their main Spider-Man universe contact. He was even doing some work with, Spider-Man with, Kevin Feige in the MCU. He got canned. So it does look like they're trying to kind of reform what's going on in their Spider-Man division. You and I have talked a lot about Miles and being, Sony Spider-Man. So how do you feel about that potentially happening, about them kind of leaving Peter Parker to be in the MCU and them focusing on Miles? And I'm going to throw this other rumor that just came out literally right before we hopped on. So there was a rumor that came out literally like not even like a half hour ago, where they said that it's a rumor that the Spider-Verse is getting moved to 2028, which is very interesting that they're going to do that when they talk about the fact that they're trying to set up Miles for after Secret Wars. So how do you feel about this whole Miles rumor situation that's going on?
So I'm going to run through all the moving parts, and I'm going to kind of use that to come to my conclusion. Yep. Because
I'll let you cook.
Before I start, I'm going to let you know I'm kind of torn. I think that there's good reasons for and against, and we're going to go through them. Number one, and this is aside from creativity, but it kind of has something to do with it. Sony, Miles Morales wouldn't be where he is today without Sony. Period. End of story. So you got to give them their due. Number one. Number two, I think it would be cool to see Miles in the MCU, but I do think it would create some challenges around what they would do with Miles and Peter at the same time. Number one. Number two, Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. So if they could keep Sony happy and let them have Miles Morales, is that such a bad thing? But Sony doesn't have the greatest track record recently with live action. Would that create a problem? How would they treat a new universe centered around Miles Morales? Would it be quality like the Spider-Verse movies, or would it be more Madam Web BS? We really have no idea. There's no way to know. None of us have a crystal ball. Maybe Marvel says, hey, we're going to do whatever the hell we want with Peter Parker, and you get to build your universe around Miles Morales. And I think that might be the best idea, because it's going to be difficult to bring Miles Morales into the MCU with Peter. Having said that, I really do want to see him in Secret Wars. I would love to see Miles in the MCU. I do think Marvel could make that happen. They have the greatest creatives on the planet, but I still don't think it's an easy feat. But I also think like they obviously have a lot of conflict with Sony over the Spider-Man rights, and maybe that is the way to make everyone happy. I mean, I've already said like they should each do their own Spider-Man thing and shut up, and like that. This kind of seems to me the way that happens, and yeah, like I kind of think that this might be the move.
I agree, bro. I think that this is the smartest thing that they've ever done in a long time with live action Spider-Man. I think that Miles Morales is the future of live action Marvel when it comes to Spider-Man, and I think he's going to he's going to play a really big part in just live action going to the next step. And with the competition of the DCU, you're going to need a guy like Miles. You know what I mean? Because the DCU is taking off, and or it is, if Superman does well and if all the cards go in his right way, they're going to be on a big road, and Miles Morales needs to be a part of that, vision for Marvel as a whole. Because sometimes, guys, we tend to separate Sony and MCU, but the reality is Marvel's Marvel, man. And if Miles works in Sony and we got Peter Parker doing his thing, everything rises as a whole. You know what I mean? So we should really take it that way. So I think this is a great idea. And they have so many different Spider-Man characters that you don't really need to be so hoggy with, Peter Parker. And I think Peter Parker in the MCU is the best decision. I do see some issues with Miles live action that I think is going to be a kind of I think this is going to be a hard road to get there, bro. I think the casting is going to be very hard because of the fact that this animated version that they have, I think is so stamped that a lot of fans are going to have a hard time when they see that the live action might not possibly be the same as what they cast.
That's the same thought process I said to you last week about recasting Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I hate how everything always comes back like a wheel, but it's facts though, because that look and the way he acts, like not every actor is going to be able to replicate that. You know what I mean?
And he's going to have to. He's going to have to be better than that. He's
yes,
going to have to be better
and that's going to be very hard.
Yeah,
that's going to be very hard.
It's like you're able to perfect an animation. You really can't perfect an acting, but they're going to have to find a kid who is like,
the next Timothy Chalamet type of actor.
Yeah. He's out there. You're getting paid to be a casting director for Sony. Make it happen, bro.
100%.
I'm a firm believer. Like, if you have the job, live up to it. So let's see it. But Miles is a great character. One of the things I love about Miles is like, I love his he is Spider-Man, and a lot of Marvel is very science-based, and Miles is like that, but he's also very tech-based. And his villains, the way he deals with them, a lot of them are the same as Peter. He gets some of his own. Really cool. So I would like to see them bring in more of Miles's own villains rather than Peter's, even though he does mess with some of the coolest Peter Spider-Man villains. Just because I think that they have done really well with the Spider-Verse. And I think a big part of that is it feels so fresh and new. And I think villains that, he has an experience with Venom, but like if you bring Venom, people already know Venom, and it's not going to feel fresh, new, and innovative unless you bring in these cool characters like the Spot. Like, that was awesome. But the Spot is also a Peter Parker villain originally, but people don't really know who he is. So you get my point. Prowler, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would love to see it. I can't wait to see the Miles Morales live action, and I can't wait to see Spider-Verse 3. And yeah, it's disappointing. It's coming in 2028, but we have so much shit coming between now and then. It's like whatever.
Fact. Just wait till we talk about X-Men guys in a bit. Just wait till we talk about that. That's some wild news about that. But yeah, bro, I agree. Like, it seems like it's long, but as you said, the docket right now for us, movie wise, is just insanity for the next 5 years. Like, we're in for a treat. So yeah, man. But I've always said this forever that I like having two Spider-Mans, the Miles and I've been saying that since like I think Avengers Endgame, bro, or when Into the Spider-Man came out. I was like, yo, why can't we just get both going on in live action? So that'll be super exciting. All right, let's see. Marvel needs to realize their side characters are not on the level of DC. Facts, bro. They just don't got them. Why not both? I mean, the MCU did establish Miles at Homecoming, so why not leave the door open? Miles, Sony U will, but whenever, or Miles SSU, but whenever SSU Miles is done, you could always introduce the MCU Miles later. See, I don't like that. I just like the idea of Miles coming from another Earth and doing it that way. I don't want Miles to be introduced through the MCU Spider-Man. Like, I'm cool if they connect, but I like Miles kind of being on his own Earth.
Yeah, and that's like Miles's origin anyway, so I wouldn't mess with that. But I hope that Tom Holland really does stay on for a long time, because he made comments where he went back and forth. He was like, I'm staying on Spider-Man forever, and then he was like, I don't want to play Spider-Man forever, and they were like a week apart. It reminded me of Daniel Craig before signing on to do his last Bond movie. He was supposed to already be done, and he said, he was like, I would rather slit my wrists than play that chauvinistic pig, something like that again. And
I love Daniel Craig.
They ended up just paying him so much more that I always thought that was his negotiating tactic. But what I would really hate to see is Tom Holland do like another 2 or 3 movies, and then we don't have Spider-Man anymore, and we can't have Miles. Like, that would suck.
Yeah, it would. It would hurt the brand a lot too. So
I don't know about that, because, well, I was going to say they got away with not having Iron Man, but did they really get away with it?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure Marvel's going to keep throwing Tom Holland bread for a while. Because I mean, you can grow with him, man. You know what I mean? He's his character you can still grow with. To be fair, with the Iron Man thing, it's not like Marvel is going to recast Iron Man after Secret Wars. What if after Secret Wars, X-Men release 2027 in a rebooted universe, and then 5 more years later recast Iron Man? No, I don't know, man.
I don't think this whole reboot thing is coming. I really don't. I think that is a myth, like the Course Correct was a myth. I really do.
Yeah, I think there's going to be more characters added, like the X-Men will be in the MCU and stuff, but I don't think
there's going to be like a resolution after Secret Wars, because there's, Battle World and all of that, but I don't think it's going to be anything like a reboot.
100%. That's Tom Holland basically saying he wants more money. He might be, bro. Might be. And also got to put into the fact, this Nolan film is about to put him in a whole other class, I'm telling you. Because he's leading that film.
Stevie says it all the time. Nolan's the greatest director of all time. So
yeah, I have the he's here.
What other director could Tom Holland join that would make you think of Tom Holland as that kind of actor? There's not even a name that comes to mind.
No, it's Nolan. It
is.
I like Nolan. I just don't like his Batman. I like all of his other stuff.
I think the Batman movie, I think his Dark Knight movies are going to grow on you. I think like in 2 to 3 years, because you even said, bro, the Dark Knight Rises is actually good. You said that recently, and I think that you're going to get there.
That was because I rewatched and I was like, this movie isn't as bad as I thought it was. And I adore Batman Begins. Batman Begins is like my top like 3 favorite Batman films of all time. I told you that's one of my favorite origins of all time. Batman Begins. I love that movie to death. So, all right, now another wild rumor that came out about Mr. Kit Harington. So, Let me read this to you guys. Hold on, let me pull this up because this really threw me for a loop. So if you don't know who Kit Harington is, he was Black Knight in the Eternals, had a really small part, but he got very popular from his role as Jon Snow in the Game of Thrones show. So it says this: Kit Harington reportedly in talks to play Hush in Matt Reeves' The Batman 2. So this is a rumor, by the way, guys. It's not confirmed, but it is wild that Hush is being talked about as being the villain in the Batman 2. And then obviously before we recorded, Andy Serkis ended up saying that Matt Reeves told him about the story plot for the Batman 2, and he said that he's hungry for this movie. So how do you feel about Hush being rumored to be in or that Kit Harington is being rumored to play Hush in the Batman 2?
I don't know if I love Kit Harington as Hush.
Why?
I just don't see him as Hush. Like, and maybe I'm typecasting him, and maybe I don't know him well enough. But he did Lord of the Rings, and then he was going to do Black Knight, and I don't know. I just think you need someone who is, someone who could play like a mischievous, vicious, backstabbing villain like Hush. And Hush is one of my favorite villains ever. Have you read Hush?
No, but I saw the animated film, so like I know the story. You know what I mean? I think that like Kit Harington, Game of Thrones kind of put him. You know how like you have these iconic roles where you always play like a similar version of the same character every time. In other films, like Kit Harington is made for like roles like Black Knight or like those medieval times heroes. You know what I mean? I even think he'll be a good Constantine or something like that. But I don't see him really playing a Hush. But I do think that if Kit Harington is casted as Hush, I think this is going to be the role that puts him into a bigger class of acting. And when I say that, like, rest in peace to Heath. If Heath was alive after the Joker film, his career just goes up to the top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I think that could do for someone like Kit Harington. So because I trust Matt Reeves so much, he obviously sees something that we don't. And
this is a rumor.
No, I'm saying like if it's true, this is true, then he will obviously sell something that we don't. I think he would kill it because it's even funny because Jon Snow in the books is way more vicious than Jon Snow in the show. Jon Snow is more like heroic. I put my ethics over everything kind of guy, where Jon Snow in the books is a douchebag and a liar and a thief and a cheater. You know what I mean? So I wonder how that would look because he's never played that type of character in his big film. So it would be very interesting. But
also Hush is he's a redhead.
Yeah. Hush is well, they can always just dye his hair, but that's nothing.
I don't know, dying from black to red. I guess you could do
it. Wait, are we talking like ginger or like straight red?
Like ginger.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, some girls have green hair, so why not? Black Knight was. I'm laughing at myself.
No, that's like earlier when you text me. You were talking about something about a character being mismanaged, but it made me laugh so hard because I just read
when I said Sophie Rain.
Yeah, no. You said something earlier. I forget. And I was just laughing so hard. I forget what you said. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Black Knight was in the prologue for One World Under Doom. That issue, the Fantastic Four issue. I sent you Black Knight in it, which was interesting because you rarely see Black Knight. I feel like Marvel is not doing Black Knight or Blade. I think both of them are getting scrapped.
Yeah, I think they're going to get put in other projects. I don't think they're going to be solos.
Yeah. I don't like that Blade got scrapped. I don't really like Mahershala Ali, so not that I have an issue with him as an actor, but I think he's annoying. So
I wonder, like a lot of people are saying that he's going to be in Daredevil. That would be crazy if that happens. That'll be nuts.
Blade. Bro, there's a lot of people that apparently are showing up in Daredevil. I can't imagine all of them are true,
Yeah, bro. Yeah. There's a lot of rumors.
I really do want to get a Blade movie. I love Blade, and Blade, like the movie you could make with Blade is very unique to other to anything you could do with other characters from Marvel. It's very different.
Yeah.
So I hope that they figure it out, but it sounds like they had enough problems and it was just a headache. And they were like, we just want to, free our hands from this.
Can I ask you a question, bro, about Hush?
Nah, you can't.
Oh my gosh, Jerry. Question. So do you like Hush being in the back? Because I know you were like Court of Owls. Do you like Hush being in this? And if you and let's just say this rumor's true and Hush is the guy. Do you think they're trying to build up the Court of Owls to be like the last movie of the trilogy, or are you with Hush being the guy?
I'd be happy with Hush. I would prefer Court of Owls. I still love Hush. Like, I don't know where Hush would rank in my top Batman villains. He would definitely be like top 3, top 5.
Yeah.
But Court of Owls is my number 1. I mean, first of all, a friend at the time knew I was like a big Batman fan. And his brother was like really into comics. And he was like, yo, I just ordered this really cool Batman omnibus. Like, check it out. I'm excited. I can't wait to read about it. And the Court of Owls are in it. And I knew the Court of Owls from Gotham. And he was like, yeah, you should check it out. Here's the link. So I was like, okay, ordered it. And I wasn't expecting, like, I was like, oh, this would be just cool, put on my shelf. It's like cool art, whatever. And I wasn't expecting to like love reading comics. And it was the first time I actually, like, I kind of read comics when I was a kid because I would get comics and go to sleepaway camp and I would bring some, but I would not read it. I would kind of just look at the art. So I never really experienced reading a comic. And when I read that Court of Owls comic, it changed everything for me. I mean, from that moment on, I was obsessed with comics. And to this day, it's my favorite Batman comic. I think they're the coolest villain. Like, I could argue to the death anyone why Court of Owls are the best Batman villain. So I know a lot of people say, oh, well, they should do a different movie for the Batman Part 2 and build it up to the Court of Owls. And I want the Court of Owls now. I'm impatient. But yes, you could make the case to build up the Court of Owls. However, I think that case is very different from the perspective of Matt Reeves. And that's what people fail to realize who try to make that case. Because Matt Reeves already introduced us to Barry Keoghan as the Joker. Barry Keoghan is a pretty big name for an up-and-coming actor. I don't think they were going to do that if he wasn't going to be the main villain at some point. And I do think they want to do Barry Keoghan, the Joker, and in Part 3, and kind of go out with their Joker swan song. And I'm hoping we get the Court of Owls in Part 2. But I think they're kind of playing with us. I do think that it's going to be Court of Owls or Hush. There's been hints. There's been multiple hints towards both. So I don't think that anyone can make the case that it's going to be one or the other at this point. I think they probably would do it from a biased perspective. Like I said, I have a preference. But if you watch the show, you know I will always give you an unbiased perspective. And that's my take. I think that there's been multiple hints that it's going to be Hush. I think there's multiple hints that it's going to be Court of Owls. And I think they're doing that intentionally so we have conversations like the one we're having right now.
Facts. Free press.
Well, right. And also they don't want anyone to know what's coming, you know?
Facts. Okay. Next thing here. Oh, let me turn this off. There we go. So this has been a trending topic for the past, ever since the trailer came out. I've seen so many people ask questions about Franklin. And I texted you last night about how someone commented on my TikTok. They said, is Wiccan more powerful than Franklin? I was just like,
you know what though?
Bro,
on second thought, at least he asked and didn't.
I respect it. Yeah. I
want to encourage questions. So we don't think we might think your question is like whatever, but ask your questions. It's better than pretending you know better. Or you can always look it up yourself. But we prefer you ask it in our comment section.
100%. And what is funny, Jerry, is that he got destroyed on TikTok. Like they went crazy. Yeah. People were pissed. They were like, "Are you really going to?" But the issue was because he watched Agatha and thought that, and that's where I think the anger came from, because he watched Agatha and thought that. But anyways, the big topic that's been going around is, what does Galactus want with Franklin? Because I feel like a lot of people are seeing like comments explain, and all these people talk about saying that Galactus wants Franklin. And obviously you and I have talked about that. And if you read the comics, you obviously know some stuff about what's going on with the Franklin. But I wanted to ask you, as the first kind of layer to this, how important do you think the relationship between Galactus and Franklin needs to be? Like, how important do you think it needs to be in the MCU in general? Because obviously in the comics, they have important run-ins, and, there's a type of respect kind of sort of and fear that's built between them. How important do you think that has to be?
Well, what you have to understand is Franklin has the ability to create universes, but he also has the ability to create the kind of energy that Galactus needs to survive as a cosmic entity. So Galactus, Franklin is very important to Galactus.
100%. 100%. And a lot of people have gone back, to the fact of how, one of the reasons why Galactus did want Franklin in the comics was because to birth his old universe, kind of where he came from. So there's like multiple reasons of why he could use, Franklin in Marvel. What's up?
You need to read the Mark Waid Fantastic Four run.
Okay, I'm at them. Hold on.
Do Life Story and then do the Mark Waid.
Okay,
but you also got to do JMS Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh. Which one? All right. Which one, JMS or Mark Waid?
I would do Mark Waid because we have the Fantastic Four story movie coming up.
Then after that, do Spider-Man.
JMS. Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, both of those runs are insane. But when you read that JMS run, like, you're already obsessed with the Fantastic Four. But when you read that JMS run, you are going to be like, okay, I understand why Spider-Man is fucking Spider-Man.
Bet. I love it. I'm excited. Okay. So, but yeah, bro, I do think that Franklin is going to be very important in this movie. And there's a lot of theories going around about like that trip that we see them go into space. By the way, you want to know something very interesting? On that trip that they go to space on, they have the 4 emblem on their arms. And what is weird, Jerry?
Reed said before the first time we went up to space.
And what's weird is, why is it so? If it's a second time and they have the 4, it also makes me think, why the heck is Ben not the Thing yet? So it's weird, bro. I don't know. It's a lot.
Oh, that is interesting. Oh, well, they were. I'm pretty sure they were called like the I'm
about to Google it.
I'm pretty sure they were called the Fantastic Four before they went to space, like the Fantastic Four group. And that 4 had that logo before they went up, but they weren't the, cosmic ray, altered selves until after that trip. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's in Life Story too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. Yeah, because it threw me through a loop. I was like, why do they have the 4 already on them? But yeah, but a lot of people think that Franklin is going to be born on that during space travel. That's when they think Franklin is going to be born. And I don't agree, because the one scene that we saw in that teaser, we see his eyes pop up to the house, and I think he's going to pull up right there. And there was even a rumor that that they edited Vanessa Kirby's stomach in that intro when she walks them into their apartment, that she's pregnant. There's just so much stuff going around, which is just funny.
I don't think Franklin is going to be older than like a toddler. I really don't.
So you don't think he's going to age up at all?
Maybe when they end up doing if they do the time jump at some point, but like, I think first of all, there's clips of Ben before he went to space. They're talking about the first time they went up. So I think we're going to see, and also the movie's called First Steps.
Yeah, so it has to be about the babies.
And they basically confirmed my theory that First Steps has a double meaning, and it means, family and first steps in space. So maybe if there's like something with time in the multiverse and that changes, we'll see an older Franklin. I kind of hope we don't. I think it's a bad move to do Franklin older yet, just because I think that would be overly ambitious and have way too much going on. And like, let's land the first Fantastic Four movie that's ever been critically acclaimed and well received by everyone before we go super crazy with the Franklin stuff. And I think, listen, Franklin is super powerful and everything, but he is not one of the Fantastic Four. And those characters are more important in terms of the story and the dynamic than Franklin is. So I'm hoping that it's more focused on the four than it is Franklin and Valeria.
Fair take, take. I'm in the area of, I would like your Franklin's at least.
Like, you love Franklin, so
yeah, I would like your Franklin at least. I don't want a grown man Franklin, but I would love a Franklin that is like at least a kid where he's able to talk and walk, something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't mind a 6-year-old Franklin, something like that. And then Galactus comes down at that age and he's like, this kid, who is he? He's very powerful and I'm scared. I think that Galactus giving Franklin the cosign is what like normie fans need, because I think that Galactus coming down and showing how like kind of afraid and curious he is about Franklin is going to make fans like, what the hell is wrong with that kid? and I think that could serve the future a little more, because like I think it could serve the future more, but I don't really think it's going to affect the movie as much as we think, because at first, bro, I thought Franklin was going to be the reason why they multiverse jump. But the fact that Rita's already working on this multiversal bridge, he's definitely going to be the reason why they leave. You know what I mean? Or he's going to be the reason why they end up moving somewhere. So,
also, the most important relationship Galactus has is with Reed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's more important now than Franklin. And when you read Life Story, you're going to be like, oh, holy shit. Like, yeah. Because most of it is about Reed and Galactus. So, and listen, Franklin's coming. I think he's going to be bigger down the line. But yeah, that's just my take.
Yeah. So where do you rank Reed on your favorite, like, Marvel characters of all time?
I would probably, it's tough because it's really tough, because I would say my top 5 in no specific order: Spider-Man, Iron Man, Cap, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Cap, Reed, and who am I missing?
T'Challa?
No more? No, it's probably T'Challa. Listen, I love Namor, but like, I don't know if I would put him above T'Challa. T'Challa.
Magneto?
Ooh. See, now it's tough. Now I got to think of it. Probably Magneto. Then I got Wolverine. You know what I hate, by the way?
You forgot Sentry? I'm kidding. No. What's up?
It's supposedly terrible, but there is a guy. He is like as radical leftist as they come, like pro-terrorist, like the worst of the worst.
Okay.
And in the 2010s, Marvel let him write a Black Panther run. Okay. The guy's name is.
I'm not going to read it. Oh my God.
No, I'll never read it. I will never. I don't want anything he wrote going through my head. I really don't.
Yeah, that's bad.
He's trash. Let me make sure I got it right. Hold on. I'm going to put it in the chat, so if you guys want to look him up yourself, you can.
All right, let's see some chats while you're doing that. Let me see what they said. All right, well, I've tried to answer these questions. So sorry, Hungry. You guys think Gunn might skip Tim Drake Robin? From a casual viewpoint, it's easier. I've heard of that guy, but by the way, from a casual viewpoint, it's easier. Yeah, I think Comic Explain called him like an abomination or something. I forget.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure his entire run is propaganda.
No, I think they trashed his. But was it him? Somebody, I heard somebody trash because I only remember because the name is nuts.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why I remember that.
It's a very unique name.
Yeah, somebody trashed his comics. I forget who it was. It might have been Comic Explain. I don't remember.
People say it's terrible. Like people say it's like an awful run, and it's crazy they ever let him write it. You know, but yeah, he is. I mean, and you know what? He is a fraud. Like he tries to position himself like an intellectual.
Yeah.
If you want to really know about him, just look up Ben Shapiro, Ta-Nehisi Coates. He does a great takedown of him.
Bet. You guys think Gunn might skip Tim Drake Robin? From a casual viewpoint, it's easier to say that before Damian, one Robin became Nightwing and the other was killed by Joker. They kind of did that with the DC AMU.
Wait, hold on. Don't move the comment. I'm reading it.
Yeah. I don't think they should skip Tim Drake. Tim Drake is like the best Robin ever.
I think it's going to be interesting because I think they are going to want to have a big Bat family. So I could see them having Damian obviously be like Batman's sidekick Robin, but the rest of them are still involved, which they do that in the comics already. So
yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, and I like an older version of Tim Drake as well. So, like, I like Damian being the young bull, and then you have all the previous Robins kind of popping in and out. Like, I think that's fun.
And they're doing the dynamic duo too. So,
yep. The new DC animated universe, DC. Well, let me say the letter. The new 52 DC AMU animated movies. They made it to where it's after Nightwing. Batman's second Robin was Damian. I can see Gunn doing similar, except this time it's Dick, then Jason, then Damian. I want Tim, bro. Showing up at least. I think that's unfair. My hope is Nightwing, Kyle Rayner, Static Shock, and Vixen. But if I were to be realistic, then Nightwing, Terra, Static, Vixen. Yeah, I definitely. But there's an issue with Static Shock because I'm pretty sure the owner of Static Shock, he owns all the IP. So sorry, James Gunn will have to talk to him first before they even get Static Shock. I'm pretty sure because he's not technically a DC owned character. Top 10 Marvel heroes in no order: Spidey, Cap, Hawk, Thor, T'Challa, Daredevil, Wolverine, Iron Man, Gambit, Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler. Okay. Now, next topic here, X-Men. So there was a rumor that came out about X-Men a few days ago. It says filming for the X-Men live action film will reportedly begin in 2026 and will release in 2027. So if everything's on track, that means Secret Wars is coming out next year or it's coming out 2027. But regardless if it is or not, are you shocked that they're trying to get this X-Men thing going this fast?
Yeah, it's definitely... It's not the usual Marvel. Like, usually they're like, they call it after like a big movie, they're like, oh, you guys need a palate cleanser. Like, like after Endgame, they were like, you need a palate cleanser, like Far From Home or Ant-Man and the Wasp. So like I don't need my palate cleansed. I want more Marvel. Pause. That kind of came out weird. But yeah, I think it's awesome. Like, hit the ground running. Give us X-Men right after Secret Wars. That would be sick. And while we're at it, I'm gonna come up with a cool hashtag, but I am hereby starting the campaign for Sophie Rain to play Mystique. I just think that she is so hot, and I would love to see her in blue practical effects, not CGI. I think she would look great. I've seen a lot of people pushing for certain actors to play Mystique. So while we're at it, I am throwing my vote into the ring of Sophie Rayne.
Do you know who would have been great as a Mystique if they weren't already in the MCU? The girl that plays MJ.
Who?
I think Zendaya would have been a good Mystique in the MCU if she wasn't MJ. And I only say that because I love the serious roles that she plays, like in Dune. I feel like she would have been great as that character, but we'll see.
I don't know if I see her like as commanding as Mystique. I like her. I just don't see her as Mystique.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Probably do a better job than Sophie Rayne.
I mean, Sophie Rayne is an actress, technically.
Yeah.
A lot of experience.
Marvel's got to come correct because Sophie Rayne reportedly made $43 million on OF last year.
Oh my God, that's actually insane. That's more than some NBA guys, bro.
No,
more than dudes in NBA. That's insanity. That's more than companies are doing, bro. Jeez,
it's crazy, bro.
That is nuts. We need a palate cleanser of the world.
Yeah.
My gosh, that's bad.
Bro,
but sorry. So,
some people like send her like hundreds of thousands or millions. Like, imagine sending someone millions of.
Oh, that's just insane. That's insane, bro. I know 100 million more things I could do with that money.
Literally.
So the X-Men releasing in 2027, bro, I think that is amazing because, as you said, right, I do think one of the biggest mistakes that the MCU made was the fact that they waited so long to get into some good stuff. And even when they did, we would get approached with more mid, and then it just made it like fall into a mess, not involving Kang right after the Infinity Saga is over, all that. So them going right into the mutant stuff is crazy. And I think fans are going to like it. And it's also going to make it feel like they're not stopping, like they're going even faster and even more crazier than what we've ever thought. And this is just going to be the perfect, kind of step up. And and as you said, people hate to say it, I really think the DCU got them ready to cook. I really think if the DCU was not doing their thing right now, they would not be making the decisions this fast and this off the rip. I just love this attitude of like they're really trying to make something out of this, and we are about to be eating, bro. Like this is if this is true and this happens, this is actually insanity. Because imagine we get Secret Wars in freaking May, and then November we're getting the X-Men. That is just dumb, crazy dumb.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, bro. Like that's just insanity. So I hope they do that, and it's literally going to feel like we're living a comic book at that point.
Yeah. I like that they're already kind of like pushing the mutants. I mean, we saw Beast in the post-credit scene for the Marvels. We got X-Men 97. We got Deadpool and Wolverine. So they are already pushing the mutants. What if they're pushing the mutants now to try to get as much mutant establishment in as they can because they know they are rushing X-Men? And when I say rushing, I mean in the best possible way.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, and those are characters that you want to rush. Like, they try to rush these side characters. These are the characters that you want to get in fans' phases because. And I remember, and you and I talked about this with the Fantastic Four. I said, "Yo, the second this trailer comes out, there's gonna be 1,000 TikTok memes." And there's been so many cool memes of the Horseman, bro. I've seen at least 50 memes of the Human Torch flying.
Oh man, I can't wait to see him just be like,
yeah, bro. We'll do
big
so.
Matchstick. I'm trying to do things new voice.
Bro, they had the freaking. So I saw this funny meme where they had the power theme song of the Human Torch flying, and when he's floating, it's at the part they say it's a big rich town. It was so fire, bro. It was so fire.
But that theme song that's like the best theme
song. Yeah, but they had it when he was floating in slow-mo. Yeah. It was so freaking awesome, bro. It was so dope. Like, but that's what gets fans excited. Yeah, I gotta show it to you. But they did so many of these like cool memes, and they were doing like all the different type of songs. Like, I think that's what the kids. That's how they get to know about these projects because they're all into aura. Like you're aura baiting, aura. You know how they got that new word now, all that crap.
Bro, it's crazy. That's why I said with Kendrick Lamar, they are so influenced because literally 5 seconds ago it was, oh, Drake's my favorite rapper. Drake this, Drake that. Now everyone's like, oh yeah, I never liked Drake. Like,
yeah, when everybody loved Drake in his when he was on his run, like, come on,
yeah,
everybody played that song.
Bro,
God's Plan.
Drake is gonna come back, and I promise you, people are they're gonna pretend this never happened.
100%. But yeah, so we are really hyped about this, and this just number one. This makes content for us 10 times more fun. By the way, and we can't wait to really go through some X-Men stuff. All right, who do you think are the four?
I think it's
for what?
The main 4 X-Men.
Oh, the main 4 X-Men: Cyclops, definitely. Jean Grey, definitely.
Wolverine,
Jean Grey,
maybe Storm.
Oh, Storm, definitely. I want Nightcrawler, man. That's what I want.
Yeah, Nightcrawler's dope.
Wouldn't mind Iceman. Wouldn't mind Iceman either. He's dumb powerful. God bless you. I like Iceman. Yeah, I wouldn't mind just an easy 4 of like Wolvie. It has to be 5 or 6 though. It can't be just 4. You can't just do that because I mean, it has to be Cyclops, Wolverine. Yeah, look, you said what? Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm. Oh, Gambit's definitely going to.
Oh yeah, Gambit's definitely.
Gambit and Rogue. They're just too popular to not put in the X. Yeah, there might be like 10 heads, bro. There might be like 10 people. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Like
that's why I always said the second the mutants come, it's going to be all about them. There's so many of them. They're so prominent. They're all over the place. And you got to realize, yeah, they're doing an X-Men movie, but say they're doing Sam Wilson, Captain America 5. Do you think mutants aren't gonna pop up in that movie? You think mutants are gonna pop up in Guardians of the Galaxy 4 and all the other stuff? So you're gonna see more mutants. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, I want to know what they're doing for Guardians of the Galaxy 4. I really want that movie. I know it's not gonna be James Gunn, but I want to see more of Adam Warlock. I love Adam.
He's awesome in that movie. Oh my gosh, awesome in that movie.
He's so cool.
Oh yeah. Oh, read the comment before it. Top 10 Marvel heroes, no order. Who do you think are
10 Marvel heroes?
So you're asking who do we think are top 4 Marvel heroes of all time?
Spider-Man, Captain America.
That's 2.
I would say Wolverine. Maybe Iron Man now.
Yeah, I
would say Reed.
I'm going if we're talking about 4.
Yeah, this Spider-Man, Captain America, Reed, and Wolverine. That's what I would say.
I would go if I'm talking about from a generalized standpoint. I gotta put Iron Man in there.
Those aren't my favorites. I just think those are the most popular, prominent of all time.
Most popular. I'm saying Iron Man, Spidey, Cap, T'Challa. And my new campaign is get the recast T'Challa fans to read New Avengers. So there's this guy at my dad's church, and he got into like the MCU because me and him used to talk about it all the time, and he was on the side of like, let's not recast T'Challa. So I sent him just 3 screenshots of T'Challa in New Avengers, and he said, "What comic is that, dude?" He read the whole Hickman Avengers run in 3 days.
That's crazy, bro. Oh
and Jerry, this was last week. In 3 days, bro. He read it in 3 days. He said he started and he couldn't stop. And I was just like,
bro, comics are so addicting. They're so much fun. Like,
yeah.
And you can't understand it unless you've experienced it. And that Hickman run is like the perfect. I mean, it is the greatest run of all time. It's just so crazy. Exactly. And there's nothing like it when you have like a 50 to 100 issue run to binge on. That was what I did with Batman New 52, the full Civil War 100 issue crossover event. Hickman, the Amazing Spider-Man run is like 50 issues. The Mark Waid run is like another 50 issue. Fantastic Four banger. Those are the best, man.
100%. Which roster of X-Men you prefer? X-Men 97, Wolverine, Cyclops, Storm, Beast, Gambit, Jean, Rogue, Jubilee, or Wolverine? And the X-Men, Wolverine, Cyclops, Storm, Beast, Emma, Iceman, Kitty, Nightcrawler. I like the first, but just add Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I like the first two.
Read the comment. Oh, yeah, we did that. No, LOL. I wrote a comment that was before the comment. Who do you think are the four? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, we did that already.
No, could you delete that comment?
Let me see. I don't think I can from here, but yeah, for some reason not. Oh, because it's on Twitch. I can't. It's on Twitch.
Oh,
sorry, bro. All right, but YouTube can't see it since it's on Twitch.
Okay, yeah, because it's just spam. Not real.
All right, Wonder Woman. So we're about to talk. Yo, funny thing, that when we talked about the Avengers video game, bro, that did crazy on views. I was shocked.
Really?
Yeah, bro. It did great on views. Okay, now let's talk about some video games. All right, so the Wonder Woman game from Monolith Productions was rebooted in early 2024 and cost more than $100 million to make so far. And the quote from at business is still years from release if it ever makes it to the market. So how do you feel about the Wonder Woman game plus one? Now, this was going to be an open world game, and it was kind of going to be like where like Wonder Woman just has these powerful, just basically just wrecking the whole game. How do you feel about this movie possibly being canceled?
The game, you mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, from what we saw, like I don't even think we saw anything other than images.
Yeah,
it looked cool. Like I was definitely going to buy it and play it, but I'm not super bummed about it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I wasn't really tripping over it, bro. It was just like whatever. There's other characters I care about.
The Flash, that I really would have loved.
The reasoning pissed me off.
Because they're making a Batman game, right?
No. So I actually crashed out about this on TikTok. Here's the reason. Hear this. A Flash game was in the works at Warner Bros. Game Montreal, but was canned after the recent film had bad reception.
That is so aggravating.
Isn't that stupid?
Yeah.
And look, right, and look, right. My whole logic was right. Batman Forever, which people hate, right? We're going to use that as an example. Batman Forever could come out Friday. Arkham Asylum could drop Monday and still do numbers. Like that is so dumb. An open world Flash game, bro? Are you serious? Fans would eat that up, bro.
Yeah, bro. What the hell? That's so like I hate when they do that. When like there's a lot of times something doesn't work and they attribute it to the wrong factor, and they move forward and make decisions as if the wrong part or component failed, and it messes everything up. It's so annoying. And bro, a Flash game would have been sick, bro. Imagine running through Central City,
bro. That's what I'm saying, dog. To you, and honestly, I feel like they're just using that as a freaking scapegoat, and maybe there were some other internal issues. There's just no way you gonna tell me the movie reception.
Yeah, but supposedly they are doing a new Arkham game.
Yeah, with Rocksteady, right?
Yeah, hopefully they don't mess this one up.
Yeah, if done right, bro, that's gonna be crazy. But
yeah, I know.
Yeah, just let me free roam with Robin, man, please. Just let me do a Robin. And we need the same engine too. We need the same engine, bro.
We'll upgrade it to whatever because that one's like 2015.
Yeah. Oh, that's Unreal Engine 5 or something like that, right?
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid Delta is coming out August 28th, and it's on Unreal Engine 5. Bro, I can't wait.
We gotta stream that one.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. It's gonna be fun. So that sucks. That sucks. Now, here we go. Now, Denzel. Okay, so this was like the funniest rumor that I saw, and I literally posted like, "Yo, this is such cap." So there was a rumor that came out that Denzel is playing Magneto, and this was like the one, and this is one of the weirdest rumors because Denzel himself even said that like he's not really trying to commit to any more roles because he's hitting his like end stage, and he said that Black Panther is going to be one of his last films that he's doing as his like last hurrah. You know what I mean? And he said that during his thing towards the Glad. He just said he's tired. He's old. He's like I'm ready to hang it up. And so this rumor was stupid. Like this rumor is so stupid. So obviously you're the Magneto expert. We both know this is stupid, but please just explain why. Like obviously explain why. Please, I would love you to explain why Denzel isn't the fit, but please tell us what we need when we are looking for a Magneto casting.
So I think we need someone who could, someone who always keeps his cool while crashing out, if that makes sense. Like, he is someone that will crash out, but when he's doing it, he will talk to you in such a cool, calm, collected manner. And he is always from a cool, calm, collected, level-headed, like playing field, and he is very intellectual. He's very smart, and he's always willing to grab his balls and kind of like smack them down on the table, and let him know like this is how it's gonna fucking be. And if you don't like it, I don't care. I also would like to see someone Jewish play the role. I feel like every other, race, religion, gender, whatever, everyone, it's like, oh, you need this person to play that role. And when it comes to the Jewish people, it feels like we always get screwed. Having said that, I would allow us to get screwed one more time if they were going to bring back Michael Fassbender. I love Michael Fassbender as Magneto. He was incredible. But yeah, like when you read Magneto in the comic books and you watch Michael Fassbender, like it feels like you're reading Magneto in the comics, especially that scene from the Hickman X-Men run when he was like at the dinner and he was like, this is how Krakoa is going to go. And these are our laws and you're going to respect them. That just felt like Fassbender. It was sick. So yeah, Magneto is like, he is just such a savage, awesome character. It's funny. Stevie's always like, you always like the characters who are like yourself. So now when I'm like, I love characters, I'm like thinking, how do I?
It's facts. It's facts. Yeah. It's like you always have. It's like whatever the main quality is, and then when I'm reading it, I'm like, dang, yo, they sound like Jerry. I feel like I'm reading Jerry talking right now. Yeah. Like, bro, so funny.
Some guys paint their nails and do things like that and call it self-love. I read comic books about characters that remind myself of myself.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. You're so funny, bro. It's so funny. But nothing reminds me of you more when I'm reading freaking Namor. That's like when I'm reading Namor, I feel like I'm like texting you right now.
That's so funny. It's funny. Dude, I fucking love Namor.
Yeah, he's awesome. But yeah, so like
that makes me want to rewatch Wakanda Forever just because of Namor. But it drives me nuts every time I think about doing it because I'm like, I would totally do it if T'Challa was in it because it would be a sick movie.
Dude, I could watch that joint every weekend.
That movie, same. And that movie, like, all they needed was T'Challa, and it would have been one of the best movies ever.
That would probably be my favorite MCU film of all time if T'Challa was in it. I'll be honest with you.
Me too.
That might be, honestly, bro, if T'Challa was in it, a lot of people might regard that as the GOAT MCU film, aside from the Avengers.
They probably would rank it over Winter Soldier.
I agree. Denzel, okay, I need to address rumor culture real fast, okay? See, like, this is the part of rumor culture that I hate because people would take these like rumors and then turn them into a whole nother level of ridiculous. And it's like a lot of people have to understand that when Marvel is looking to cast like actors for a long amount of time, there like you have to take into effect that like a lot of these actors when they first join are not A-list actors. It's rare that you need an A-list actor to play a recurring role like this. And when it comes to a character like Magneto, we obviously know that the race swap would be just egregious, number one. But also, why would you want to put Magneto in Black Panther 3? That's also the logic that I have as well. I mean, and there's obviously some way that you could work it in, but I want Magneto to be first shown in the X-Men, not in Black Panther 3. And look, if you want to have Storm, I think that's awesome. But I like Magneto kind of in the mutant pool of the center of everything going on. And it would just be dumb to put Magneto in that movie. So, and plus, as I said before, Denzel said himself he wants to do like a one-off role. This is his last hurrah. And it seems like when he said that, it's like MCU's fun. I want to have fun. You know what I mean? It's kind of that kind of vibe. And so, leave the man alone, bro. Like, please don't drag him into these rumors, bro.
Do we know who he's playing yet?
No, but the rumor is that he's playing a Chibi.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no definite, but that's the one that's kind of going around. But Coogler's doing his press for that Sinners movie with Michael B. and Haley Steinfeld, and they said that after that he's going to come and start working on Black Panther 3. And my guess is that he's probably working on some other stuff too.
I hope Namor, since if they're not going to do the Illuminati, they should figure out a way to make the Avengers work with Namor.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Who knows, bro? They might be hitting him up in Doomsday. They should. Nick Fury should.
They really should. Oh man,
imagine, yeah.
Too.
Nick Fury freaking putting on some like aqua suit and swimming down and talk to Namor. That would be freaking awesome. Yeah. I love Nick Fury, bro. He's so slept on. Nick Fury so slept on. Facts. But yeah, man, Denzel playing Magneto, I could never see that happening. That would be stupid.
No, that's stupid. That is dumb.
Yeah, I did see a Mads Mikkelsen art of him, and it looked freaking insane.
I love Mads.
And he had long hair. Oh my god, it looked freaking awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Magneto in X-Men 97 was just insanity. And I love the point you made though about when he crashes out, he talks calm, because in X-Men 97 when that dude shot Storm and Storm got her power taken away, he's literally pissed. But it's scary because he's like, I could just wipe you all away and just stomp on you like an ant on my boot. But he's talking so quiet. It's like, you're a little too reserved to be mad, bro.
You know what I think it is? I think that, like, when you go through all the persecution and oppression, with the Holocaust, and as a mutant, as Magneto has, he basically had to bite his tongue and control his anger for the longest time, that now when he gets angry or heated, he has the ability of holding it together while still responding aggressively. And I think that way, just because whatever, like for a while, I had to keep certain opinions like to myself, and things kind of changed in this country where like it's not like that anymore. So like when I have a conversation and it's, I'm able to be more vocal about things, but and I've noticed that the other side doesn't have that, and they just crash out all the time when they don't like something or whatever. So, especially when it comes to these movies, like, MCU fans, we weren't always able to say what we wanted to say. So now we can, like, because Marvel's killing it. So, and you feel like, like action fans, they don't all hold together. They're like freak out when a Marvel movie does well. Now it's like, I don't know. I just feel like Marvel fans were treated differently for so long. Not to say like I'm persecuted because I'm a Marvel fan the way Magneto was, but I do think that like there comes like we now have the luxury of the experience of being able to react to something more composed, and like action fans, it's like, I don't know, it's crazy because when things don't go their way, they crash out like crazy,
Yeah, it's kind of like their Wolverine, and then there's more of like the Magnetos. Now, can I tell you my thought of it? My thought was more of like Magneto's so reserved because he's like kind of exhausted from the past. like that like his trauma. I hate using the word trauma, but like but you can use it trauma because he's been through like the worst, right? Like the trauma that Magneto went through, it just drains so much of his personality that he really has no like room to do that at this point, because he feels this responsibility of being the protector of the mutants, that as the example, as the leader that he sees himself, he has to keep a certain gravitas to show them like, I got this, like kind of like a father thing.
I just don't see him as exhausted though, because he's still like so cunning and intellectual.
Yeah,
you know, like, and I know when I'm exhausted, like mentally, I don't perform the way
yeah,
does.
yeah. Maybe, well, bro, maybe exhausted isn't the word, but like
Tired of it.
Yeah, it's just like when I watched the movies, and even I think Fazby acted it out perfectly. I don't want to say exhausted, but like he just hit a point to where like, okay, better wording. He's not looking for the good in everybody anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like he's expecting the worst out of you, no matter who you are. And he's found his resolve, versus where I feel like Professor X is constantly evolving. Magneto's kind of just stuck at that same spot, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You know, that makes sense, especially because wait, can you repeat that one more time? What you said about Magneto? Sorry.
Yeah. Basically, where like with Professor X's mindset on humanity and resolve, it's kind of like evolving per situation, versus where with Magneto, he just has one point and it's never going to move. Never.
Yeah. Like Magneto doesn't believe that humans are good by default, and he's been screwed over so many times that like he's like, I don't even care to try and give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm just gonna treat you like a savage, you know?
Yeah.
I don't really believe in I told you this. I don't really believe in benefit of the doubt either. I think that people are usually aware of what they're doing. You know, but to Magneto's extent is savage. And the other thing I love about Magneto is, and again, it's important to understand what I'm saying with nuance, because I'm not about to justify or say what Magneto does is right. However, what he says and the reasons he gives, I can sympathize with, but I don't sympathize with indiscriminately killing people or killing people at all.
Yeah,
you know, like I remember when Black Panther dropped. I remember that weekend. I remember people were like, Killmonger was right. And like, I was like, that's kind of crazy to say when you're like saying it's okay for him to just kill Americans because he feels that he was mistreated. And I'm not saying you can't sympathize with his experience and his viewpoint. And I feel the same way about Magneto. You know, I think that, you know, when you think about his arguments, it's like it makes you double take, because you're like, he's really not wrong. But, you know, in the real world, we don't kill people. That's just not something we do. Yeah. We can never normalize it. Especially, you know, it's important to say that now, because it does feel like violence is being embraced by so many. And, you know, especially like with the shooting of the CEO and all that kind of stuff. And it's really crazy. So,
yeah.
You know, I mean, but we can sympathize with the viewpoints.
And that's also a fair take about Max as well. And from the Black Panther movie, it's like, I understand your resolve. I just don't, but I don't agree with your
solution,
with your antidote. Yeah, your solution to it. Yeah, it's like, exactly. Your solution's nuts, but I understand why you're angry, but that's not the way you go about it.
Exactly.
But the thing about the X-Men that jacks me up is like, but Professor X is a little too soft.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
That's the problem. Is like Xavier, like, and then you go to Cyclops, and you just don't know what's it just depends on the day for Cyclops, bro. Like, whatever day he wakes up on, that's the scotch you're gonna get, you know. And then Wolverine's just a savage. But that's why the X-Men is like the best group of people to read and watch, because you just don't know, dude. With some of them,
yeah. You know what I love about comics? Like, I think, and these movies, like, I think most people do what you're supposed to do when you're watching these things. You watch it, and then you make your assessment based on the facts. And I think, like, in the real world, when it comes to politics, I think people just hear someone talk and they're like, oh, well, I agree with that. And it's like they don't actually think about the world, what's going on, and then assess things. But in the movies, it's different. I think in the movies, people give everyone a fair shot to make their argument. And I think most people would probably agree, and maybe I'm wrong here. I think most people would probably agree with you that Professor X is too soft. And I think you're so right about that. Like, I think I've had thoughts around it, but I never like worded it as simply as you did just there. And, you know, I almost, now that I'm thinking about it, I almost think they do that and they make him so soft to make Magneto, to make you double think about Magneto, because they make Professor X so soft that it makes you side more with Magneto.
Yeah. And to me, the perfect medium for me is Captain America.
Bro, Captain America is like,
you know what I mean? Because it's like, sorry, go ahead.
There is nobody who has a better moral compass.
Yeah.
In the space. However, there's one big asterisk. The one thing he was dead wrong about is the incursions.
Yes.
That's the only thing he was dead wrong.
Yes, I also do not agree about the incursions, and I'm glad that they put him to sleep for a minute because he was pissing me off, bro. He really was.
Yeah.
But I like Captain America because Captain America is a mix of them both, right? Captain America is going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but he won't let you walk over him. You know what I mean? And he will check you if you walk over him. And then he's a little Maggie to where it's like, I'm going to fight for what's mine. You know what I mean? And if I know that I'm being treated unfairly, I don't care what I got to do. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to make sure that me and who I'm going to defend is good. You know what I mean? And it's like, so like it's weird. It's weird, and that's why like when the incursions, when they're like debating the incursions, and it's funny because when I was reading that, like, remember when Tony and Steve were arguing like about it for a while? It brought me back to Avengers 1 when they were in the lab with the Hulk, right? And Steve was calling out, Iron Man, saying that, you're not anything if you don't have the suit. And he was like, you wouldn't let go of the wire to save the other guy. And Tony Stark was like, yeah, I would rather just chop the wire in half. So then he could die and not go.
Spider-Man Homecoming?
No, I'm talking about Iron Man 1. I mean, I'm sorry, Avengers 1.
I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. So remember when Tony hacks into S.H.I.E.L.D. and they find out that they're going to use the Tesseract to make all these weapons, right?
Yeah.
And so Steve, so it's Steve, Natasha, Thor, and Bruce, and Tony and Nick. And basically Captain America ends up calling out Stark, and he's like, you are. Well, he was like, I read up on you. You are nothing. You literally use that suit.
Billionaire playboy.
Yeah. And then he said to Tony Stark, he said, you will never lay your life on the wire for the other man. And Tony was like, yeah, I would rather just slice it. Like, I'd rather just cut it. Like, you know what I mean? I'd rather cut the freaking wire in half. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'd rather cut the wire. Yeah. And shout out to Kevin Feige, because in that comic, it literally is like a different variation of that conversation.
Right.
Where Tony's like, yeah, like, I already know what I'm going to do. What is your resolve? You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, and that's the beauty of the comics, kind of like giving you the cosign of like, yeah, they were right in that area in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, and that's why, like, reading comics now, I think it's gonna make my movie watching like so much more. Like, I want to feel so much more. I'm going to get so much more fulfillment now. You know what I mean? Now that I'm reading the actual source material.
So fun. Like, you want to read comics to learn more lore, and it's like, yeah, it's a quest. It really is.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so last topic of the night, guys. We're gonna talk about the Thunderbolt. Wait, we got some chats. Sorry. Let's get it. Which do you think is more likely for the DCU for Flash? Barry is Flash, Wally, KF, Kid Flash, and then Wally becomes Kid Flash. What? Wally is already Flash and Barry's dead, or Wally is already Flash and Barry retired. I think Wally's going to be the Flash, and I think Barry's going to be just not talked about for a while. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't even think they're going to do a Flash movie. I think the Flash is just going to pop up in like the Justice League or something. I don't think they're going to do a Flash film. No race swapping Magneto or Professor X. Marvel can't afford to make controversial decisions given the state that they're in. They can't afford to have controversy with their rebooted X-Men like the F4. Facts, bro. I thought Denzel was in Black Panther 3. He is. And Nate Moore just talked about that last week. Every A-list black actor in the world can be in Black Panther 3, and I won't care unless T'Challa is in it, and T'Challa doesn't count. Facts.
T'Challa, I love that.
00 Cult King, what's up? Welcome to the live.
Is this Pop Cult King rebranded?
Yeah, I wonder. How are we getting X-Men casting rumors already? They haven't announced an X-Men film. Is this for Doomsday or something? No, this is for after Avengers Secret Wars. And I mean, you always got to think about this, right? They're always like companies like these are always planning for the future. So you always got to. So there's always gonna be some rumor that's coming out, about cast stuff. But none of this stuff is confirmed. But on this channel, we just like to talk about all of the rumors in general, just because we have fun. Pop Cult King, this is you. What's up?
True.
Huh?
A lot of them end up being true.
Yeah, and that is also the thing too. Is lately, bro, a lot of this stuff has been coming to pass, which has been kind of crazy. Okay, Thunderbolts trailer. How did you feel about it? Not the Super Bowl one because that was corny, but like the actual full trailer on YouTube.
I watched the Super Bowl one live, and I tweeted, I'm not impressed by it. And then I went home, and then I watched it again, the real one, on my TV, and I was like, okay, it's better. And then I watched it again. I was like, but not much better. Like this movie to me is starting to look like the stereotype of superhero movies during the era when everyone was saying superhero fatigue. And no, I don't believe in superhero fatigue. I think that's one of the dumbest ideas ever brought about our fandom. Obviously, by the Fantastic Four and Superman trailer, the demand is still high. But during the time when people were like, when superhero movies were really down bad, and people were like, oh, well, there's superhero fatigue. People are just tired of so many superhero movies. The stereotype was Marvel is just making all of their movies like comedies now, so it's for everyone, but then nobody really enjoys it. And Thunderbolts is starting to feel that way to me, and I'm starting to be worried that this movie is not going to be good.
Okay, Red Guardian is really annoying. I can't stand him. He's actually so annoying. And it's sad because the actor's a really good actor. Yeah, he's actually very annoying. I do think every other character though is very interesting. And I love the scenes with Ghost. Like I kind of wasn't sold on Ghost, but seeing Ghost in the trailer was dope. The Void looks dope. I think Ghost that this movie
cool in action, but she's not a good character.
Yeah, but just to have action and stuff like that, like I'm fine with. I think Thunderbolts is going to be a good movie. I don't like how Sentry was blacked out though. Like if you're going to show the character, just show the character. And I did thought it was funny when he just flings Red Guardian out of the window like he's like plucking a mosquito. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, I think this movie is going to be good. I just don't think that was a good trailer. And like, in my opinion, you show Sentry in this trailer. Like, I mean, that's the whole point is to get fans excited. You show us the costume, and just blacking him out to me was kind of whack. But I do like the plot idea of like everyone's trying to chase after what the Avengers were. Like I really like that idea, and so I like that the Thunderbolts is kind of taking their crack at it. But I do think that there's something with the actors, obviously, and I think there's a deeper meaning to it. The part that I don't get is like in the Fantastic Four trailer, right? It shows us that there's something deeper to the movie, that there's something else going on that we just don't know about. Even with Brave New World, right? Like we have like the leader and Giancarlo's character. There's no mention at all, but like as a fan, there's something going on more than the Red Hawk, and that the Red Hawk is kind of like a distraction. With Thunderbolts, like there's obviously a bigger thing to it, but they haven't done a good job of showing that. Even with Superman, like with Superman, we all know that there's something deeper going on with Lex Luthor, and there was only one really real scene with him where he has on the headpiece, and you're like, what is he doing? Right? There's a mystery that's being built, and with Thunderbolts, they've done a bad job at building the mystery.
Yeah, I also, if they're going for action, they don't need Ghost. You have Bucky, you have U.S. Agent, you have Yelena. So why include Ghost? And Red Guardian, I felt was like really annoying in the trailer, but I did like him in Black Widow, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, he was good in there.
But I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of this movie is. Is it the Tiamat Island? Is it? Oh no, Tiamat Island, Brave New World. So Avengers Tower, Sentry, the Void. I mean, I don't know. It feels like to me this might be a cash grab, and they're kind of trying to play off the success of Guardians. I hope it's good, but I also think that there could be a big surprise coming with the asterisk, and we don't know what that is. But Kevin Feige did say that we are going to find out what the asterisk means. So obviously that we're going to find out in the movie. And I am going to reserve most of my judgment for that. But, it's weird because it's a very avant-garde, like carte blanche type of move. Which is odd because this is a movie you don't know if it's going to do well. It is MCU stereotypical, but not battle-tested characters. I'm talking battle-tested in terms of box office sales. Yeah. So I don't know. I think the asterisk thing is cool, and it might turn out cool, but it's not going to matter if the movie is a flop.
Yes. See, I don't think it's gonna be a flop. So this second trailer did $9.4 million, or not sorry, 9.4 million views in a day. Like how many views did the first trailer do?
Translates.
But like I like reading comments and seeing what people are saying, because like if it's trash, you'll see it in the comments. Let's read some comments. Let's see what they say.
Did you think that trailer did a good job of selling the movie?
I like the first trailer. I think the first trailer that they released is the best one so far. Well, like the first one sold me.
Yeah, but
like
the big one was yesterday, though.
It got me hyped about Sentry, but that's about it. Because like I got intrigued when Sentry flinged the Red Guardian out of a window. I thought that was fun, and then I was laughing because what's his name? Because U.S. Agent's shield was like bent in half.
I like U.S. Agent. I really do. I think he's a great character.
All right, let's see what they say. Red Guardian really has that die in the movie type of aura. So all right, they think it's funny. Knowing that Bucky is still around is so cool. Bro's been around here since phase 1. That's crazy. Bucky casually taking his arm out of the dishwasher. Why is everybody talking about Bucky? U.S. Agent will have the biggest redemption arc. So everything is about Sentry and Bucky, bro.
Interesting.
Yeah, but more Bucky than Sentry.
Well, and he's definitely the most popular character in the group.
Yeah, and then someone said Taskmaster. I forget.
Female Taskmaster, another L
move. Here they said Taskmaster was only shown in 2 scenes. She is not making it past the 20-minute mark. Yeah. They said Bucky is getting flashbacks to Spider-Man. Okay, they're just trolling, bro. Honestly, They said Yelena looks dope.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, like they're making jokes about it, so I can't tell, bro. Like you just don't know when people troll. You know what I mean? But I hope it does well. Like it's
I hope so too, and I hope it's a good movie. But Yeah, I'm starting to worry.
Yeah. It has to be like Brave New World. It just has to just play its part.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
We'll see. All right. We're releasing these last couple chats from out of here. Honestly, the Thunderbolts looks more exciting than Cap 4. I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree.
But I respect your opinion. Other than Bucky and Sentry, nothing in that trailer interests me. See? Oh, Hunger Almighty. I know Sentry is not the biggest character in comics, but do you see Sentry dying in the end like most Marvel villains? Do you see Marvel keeping him alive? He's technically here. He's definitely going to stay alive, bro.
I don't know. I think that's a tricky one. And if he does stay alive, I don't think he's going to have a prominent role. I think also he is too. Actually, it depends because his drug addiction thing makes it darker, but they might not even go there. So if they don't go there, maybe he has a bigger role. Post Thunderbolts.
Marvel need the Earth needs all the power that they can take at this point.
So maybe they want a Superman type character to replace Captain Marvel for those big battle scenes.
Yeah, would you be mad if they go like a different route with Sentry and make him more of like the power guy on the team?
As long as they make him cool, like I wouldn't mind that. But
because Feige likes to change some things, and I feel like with Sentry, like no offense to all the people that like his story, but it's just not enough to put in the movie to make him to sell you. Like it has to be they got to add some more stuff to that character.
Yeah, I agree.
If I'm being honest, I'm watching this movie for Bucky. That's 2. Okay, so the love.
I agree. I love Bucky. That's what I'm most excited about for this movie.
I was just shocked that so many people in that comment section were just talking about it the whole time. That's crazy. Yeah. So, all right, guys, we're gonna end this here, man. Follow Jerry on TikTok at Comic Cuts, aka The Watcher. Follow me at Superherocuts. Jerry's on comic breakdowns. I'm doing movie news and stuff like that. Stay crispy, y'all. We have one more chat. We'll read that. Let's see. I honestly wouldn't mind Sentry being the power guy of the Avengers. He joined the team along with Sam, Cap, Shang-Chi. I forgot Shang-Chi is going to be on that roster.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's going to be awesome. Captain Marvel, she would not. I'm telling you, she's not going to be an Avengers. I'm telling you, she's not.
Yeah.
She's not. A lot of people are going to be shocked. She's not going to be on the team. I bet you Monica Rambeau is going to be in that spot. Doctor Strange, etc. Yeah, man. We'll see. By the way, I want to add that, let's do a topic next week, bro, about who we think the Avengers roster should
that's a
be.
good one. Yeah, I like that.
All right, bet. Well, all right, guys, we hope you have a great day. We might live stream this week again for Captain America, but we'll let you know. But we'll probably end up doing it next week. So have a great day, y'all, and peace out.
Peace.